Hey, this is Carrie with Canary Quilts, and we are on block number 2 of the 2023 Designer Mystery Block of the Month. And if you're unfamiliar with it, it's a block of the month that is exclusive to Fat Quarter Shop, and they've been running it for years. I did it for the first time last year, and I loved it so much that I'm doing it again this year, and I am in love with the colors again. So last year, about halfway through, I started calling these my comfort blocks, and that is so true. I mean, I get these every month, and I can just sit down and do them. They're not too hard, they're not too easy. The colors are comforting. It is a joy to put these together. It makes me feel so good when I'm done. But we're on block number 2, and the guest designers this month are Sherri and Chelsi from A Quilting Life, and it's called Magnolia. That's what it looks like. So I will have a link to Sherri and Chelsi in the description down below. I will also have a link to the block of the month because it's still open. They're still taking reservations if you want to get into it. So I haven't gotten the finishing kit yet. When I do, I will show you that. But as of right now, I only know what the first two blocks look like. So all I'm going to do is quickly walk through this block. Just in general, go through it. It's really fun to put together. And one thing I did notice is I have my other block over here. Yeah, you can see that. Let me pull it. Look at that centerpiece. The centerpiece is the same. So I wonder if all our blocks are going to be like that, if they're going to be anchored with that square in the middle. Huh. Interesting that also there's these blocks. I don't know. I have no idea what to expect. That's kind of the fun of a mystery block of the month. And I'm just having fun doing this. So I know a lot of you are doing this. I get a lot of comments on the videos. And I really appreciate it. I love hearing from you. And let me know how it's going for you. Let me know what you think of the block, because I love it. I love both of these blocks. Last year was all blues. This year is going to have some color thrown in there, and it's making me really happy. So hit the subscribe button, notification bell. You'll get to watch me do this all year long, or sew along with me if you're in it, if you're in the block of the month. And we can have a lot of fun doing it. And we got lots of other fun stuff going along here. I just finished my 7th block for my Birds of a Feather, which is right here. And we already know it's Oriole color, so that's coming out Friday. That's a free quilt along I'm doing, a mystery quilt along. So it's bird colors each month with a bird named block. So that's why it's called Birds of a Feather. I've got Witch's Night Out up there that we're doing. Oh, you can't see that. You can see the cat. Witch's Night Out quilt along that we're doing. You can check that out. I'll put a link to that down below. And Roadside Harvest, we're finishing up next week. And that's another quilt along we've got going along. But anyway, hit the subscribe button. We'll have some fun. Let's get started. All right, we're on block 2 of the 2023 Designer Mystery Block of the Month. If I didn't mention it, you can still get into this. They're still taking reservations for this Designer Mystery Block of the Month. So if you like what you see, I have a link down below, and you can reserve a spot in this Designer Mystery Block of the Month. This is exclusive to Fat Quarter Shop. Here's our first month. And I loved last year's. I think I'm really going to love this year's. It's interesting that we have the same center. I wonder if all our blocks are going to be like that. Huh. Well, maybe I uncovered something. Probably not, but anyway. Block 2 was designed by Sherri and Chelsi from aquiltinglife.com. They are the guest designers this month, and they did a wonderful job. Look at these fabrics. Oh my gosh, I love these fabrics. The fact that they're so different, other than this one and the background from the first one, is just makes my heart happy. They're comforting and they're different, and I'm just really excited to get to work on this block, which shouldn't be too hard. These usually aren't too hard of blocks to put together. They're not too simple, but they're not too hard, and that's why I call them comfort blocks. I can usually get these done in about an hour, and I look forward to it every month. But anyway, you get quite a bit of fabrics left over each month. I don't have the finishing kit. As soon as I do, I will show it to you. But these are the fabrics that are left over after all my cuts. So we have A, shows in here where A is. A is the corners of these flying geese, which would be the bases of E. B is in that corner. C is right there when it goes for G. And it goes with G. So B, C, and G all go together. So why don't I just put these together for the corner? A, E, F, and H. These all go together for these flying geese. So that's how it's kind of broken down. We've got flying geese, and we're going to be putting corners together, and there's our center. So let's get started. Let's see where we need to draw our diagonals and everything else. So let me get set up. All right, I'm set up for the corner. I've got my B and D's up here and down here. I've got it laid out the way it is. C sandwich G. So what we can do is, since B and D are the same shapes, we can just take all of these and sew them together at once, and then we can flip them the way we need them. So I'm going to take those to my machine, sew those together. And then here, this is going to be simple. We just need to sew our C onto our G on one side and then add it to the other side. And we're always ironing towards the darker print in this. And then we're going to iron down the block. So we'll iron towards the center, and then we'll iron towards the bottom. So pretty simple. Like I said, it's pretty easy. So these are going over to my machine, and that's what I'm sewing first. So pretty much the block is, or that corner is going to be done pretty soon. All right, just in case you're new here, what I meant by taking all my pieces to my machine is I'm chain piecing them together. And I do that so that I stay at my machine for all the sewing, and then I can go over to my iron and do all the ironing at once. So I just chain pieced it all together. Now I'm going to iron them, and I'm going to finish the block out. All right, there's my pieces ready to go. And when we put them together, these seams will nest right there. And the same when we put the bottom one on here, these seams will nest. So nest your seams up, sew, and we are going to be, oh, there's one. We'll be ironing towards the center here and then towards the bottom here. So when I come back, my corners will be done. All right, there's my corners, my beautiful corners. I love these colors. So next we're just doing some flying geese. So you got your A's, which you're going to mark on the diagonal. You got your F's you're going to mark on the diagonal. And then the A's go in the corners of the E pieces, which are the navy. And then the F's go in the corners of the H, which is this beautiful green print right here. So stitch and flip. We'll just start adding our corners to each one, and I'm going to do all 8 at once. And sew on the line, trim 1/4 inch from your seam, iron towards the corner. So I'm going to get all of these done at once at my machine, then I can cut at once, and then I can iron at once. And there we go. I got all 8 done at the same time at my machine. So now I can sit at my little cutting table, and now I can cut them all at once. So you're not moving from one place to the other all the time. All right, there's my flying geese. I have 4 of these and 4 of these. And this is how they're going to go together. You want to take the navy base and put it against the navy corner, so you get that nice arrow looking right there. So just line up your edges. No seams to line up. Sew, and we're ironing towards the navy base. All right, we have all our pieces ready to make our 9 patch. So let's take our eye, and that's going to be the center. And like I noticed before, it's interesting that it's the same as the first one. And then we want white corners to be pointing towards the middle, like that. And we want our blue stripe or our blue arrow to point out. Put our white corners. And there we go. Just like that, we have a 9 patch to put together. All right, we're going to be ironing away from our flying geese units. So as you're sewing this and you're going to your iron, just iron away from those units and we'll end up with a nice nested seam here in the middle. And then we're always going to be ironing away from our center row when we put our rows together. So I'm just going to put my block together because 9 patches are all over the place and we all know how to put them together. So I don't think there's any matching seams either. Anyway, I'll have it done when I come back. Oh, there's my finished Magnolia block. That turned out beautiful. This is going to be a gorgeous quilt in the end. It's interesting that we have the same anchor in the middle. I wonder if it's going to be like that throughout. And we've got these square type corners going on too. And these flying geese in the middle. So let's see what the future of these blocks brings us. It's going to be interesting. So there you go. Not too long. Pretty easy. I love doing these. I hope you love them. Let me know how it's going for you and what you think of this block. The Magnolia block by Sherri and Chelsi at A Quilting Life. So I'll have all the links for the block of the month and for Sherri and Chelsi down below. Also hit the subscribe button, notification bell, and we can have a lot of fun on this channel. So I loved making this block and I loved making this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.